Hi. I really wanted to talk today about, so kind of continuing on something that I talked about not too long ago, was remember it's not about the food. Well, I wanted to share this because um, I'm going to throw myself under the bus a little bit here. Meaning, I just want to share something that I'm becoming more and more aware of. Now, I'm definitely not going to say that I have this handled, not in the slightest. But one of the things I have really, really become aware of has been this like desire to have things perfect and have them all figured out, which I think is even funnier right now because the Jets are out again, right? And it's like, but I have a scheduled broadcast time, so I wouldn't actually record if the Jets were going, but it's scheduled anyway. So, um, so I'm here, and I'm like, you know what? I have been so much of a perfectionist in my life. Like everything has to be perfect, which is like kind of why I didn't for a long time even really talk about the hives, right? So it was just kind of like it was something I was dealing with, but I wasn't really telling anybody about it. And I it's funny to say this, but it's true. It's like I'm a bit of a control freak. Like I have to have things planned. I have to have things just perfect. And I have to kind of show up perfect, right? In everything. And then when I'm not, right, when I'm a little crazy or I'm a little out of control or I'm a little messy, I don't show that part very often, right? Because I'm like, no, I'm not perfect. Well, I wanted to share that because that was also what was going on with food, obviously, right? It was something I could control. And boy, did I take it to the nth degree. I'm like, I can control this. I'm gonna compartmentalize. I'm gonna make sure that I know what I'm supposed to eat, what's good for me, and then I'm just gonna eat that. But I'm gonna tell you a little story, and this is a funny story. So years ago, and if you've heard it before, I apologize, but it's a good one. I was a vegetarian for 10 years. Now, I was a vegetarian for 10 years because I taught yoga, and that was what a good yogi did, or yogini did. And there was no question in that. There was no choice in that. That was just what everybody else was doing, so that's what I did. For 10 years, I was fatigued, like really fatigued. And after that 10 years, okay, I had just moved to Colorado. I was driving down the street. This is so funny. I was driving down the street and I'm like, my body was I have to have a hamburger right now. I mean, it was like the overwhelming urge was so strong that I pulled over into the first burger place that I could find, which was McDonald's. Now, I know for a fact some of you actually had a reaction to that because I did. I was like, really, Bobby, you want McDonald's? I had a Big Mac. I loved every bite of it. It was amazing. I wouldn't say I frequent McDonald's now, but that's not the point. The point is I ate that burger. The fatigue that I had for 10 years was gone. 10 years, gone. And that you would have thought that maybe I might have caught on at that point, that maybe my body had, things that it wanted to eat, but no. Hi, Rose, welcome. And no, not the case. I proceeded to believe that there was then good meat to eat and bad meat to eat, and didn't probably go back to McDonald's, I think, for a long time. But I'm not going to say I have this handled, guys, and I'm going to encourage you to really be in the question for yourself and ask yourself and your body, what is it your body would like to eat? Now, I know this might seem a little odd, but it's like I'll speak for me. I have used food to try to control my life. If I'm trying to control my life, I am not open to the magic, the mysteries, the miracles, the possibilities, because I have decided what is good and what is bad, and I'm going for what's good and avoiding what's bad. And that is not the magic of life. That is not where the mysteries happen, or where you get surprised, right? So fast forward to today. Still kind of working on this food thing, right? For myself. And I was hosting a class, and somebody brought over some stuff that I have not bought or had in a very, very long time. Things like Skittles and Oreo cookies. Okay, so I have to tell you this, guys, because this is how much of control I have tried to control my life, and food is just one of those areas. It's not the only one, right? But when I ate those Skittles and had a few Oreo cookies, it was like Christmas. They were the best things. I mean, I could just tell my body was so happy, and there was so much joy to eat those Skittles and the Oreo cookies, right? And that's how you know what your body wants to eat. It's like an orgasm in your mouth. You eat it, and every cell wakes up and gets excited and alive, right? So I shared that because I'm still unraveling all of these beliefs and programs and everything I have around food, right? And really starting to learn to be in the question about everything that has to do with my body and my life. And I wanted to share that because what if we could be in question about everything in our life? Will this contribute to me? What will this create? Is this going to create greater ease? Did you know you could prioritize ease in your life? I didn't. Will I have fun? Will this be fun? Will this be joyful? Will this be easy? Like, do we ask these questions? No, because we all, and I'll speak for myself, I have had a point of view about how everything should or shouldn't be, how it should or shouldn't show up, right? So, hello, lovely, welcome, Amy. So I even used to plan every hour of my life. Like I had a Palm Pilot, and I planned it all out. Like, this is how my life is going to go. And then I had a teacher that said, you're not allowed to plan anything for 6 months, 3 months. And that changed my life, because I started to be in like what would be present, and then be like, what would be fun for me today? What would I like to choose and create today without a plan? And then like I'd be surprised by the miracles that would show up, or the things that you couldn't ever plan. What if that could be the way that your life could be every day? There would be no plan to anything, and you could just be surprised by everything. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I have this special gift I'd like to offer you. I've done this, there's a book called The 10 Keys to Total Freedom, and I've done a video series. And if you're interested in that, we'll put the link in the comments. I'd love to have you. You can join, and it's totally free for you. And it's the 10 Keys to Total Freedom, or by Access Consciousness. And they really are tools that I've used to help get me free of all of these plans and belief systems and programs, and living a life more joyously. Might that be fun for you? I wonder. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I am so grateful, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. Bye.